Alright, I'm gonna install the new rear shocks. So here's the old stuff. Of course, I'm sure these were done. These are old Midas ones, probably maybe the 90s, maybe, who knows. And then the original bolts, I tried to clean them up, but they're too much toast. And then of course the bushings you gotta replace. And these guys here, I don't know if they're original or not. I don't think they are. So I just got new kits, got new bolts, new bushings, nuts. And then I got the aftermarket coil spring style shocks. So for starters, let's just do this real quick. So on the inside of the trunk, we've got these two here. Actually, let's get the shocks in first. Hang on. All right, so down below, got our bolt goes through here, and then the shock goes up and that hole right there. All right, so we'll get it in place. All right, so shock's in, put the bolt in. So the bolt head comes in, so it goes in from the front to the rear, and the nut and the washer go in the back. And that top, so we've got our little sleeve, bushing sleeve, and a little washer. So when you so the cut part of the washer goes up, and then the bushing. Okay, so there's a little notch on top that faces up. Okay, like that. And then for where the hole goes, I didn't take it off, I left it on. Some of you may take it off, may have to put one on, but there's that bracket. So there's a bolt here, a bolt there, and that's a bracket that goes on. And then between that bracket and the body is some sealant that you need to go in. So if you take that off, make sure that you put some sealant in there, keep all the water from the wheel well getting in there. So mine, I left it off. All right, so once you get it on and you're back, and then if you can push that shock up, it's kind of a pain. Just very slowly grab onto the shock and push it up to get it up through that hole. Going. And just keep going until the stopper hits it. All right. Okay. Like that. And then on the trunk side, so grab another washer, bushing, nut. And then get inside. There we go. So next bushing. So the notch goes down. No, that'd be a two-person job, because if I push that down, the shock goes down. So, all right, hang on a second. All right, so if you're by yourself, get some needle nose. Grab onto the bottom of the shock. That way when you go push this down, the shock doesn't go down with it. As much as you can.
Do you know the alarm code if it is on?
And then once you get down far enough to where the threads are showing, slip that on. And then you get your nut. And that spins too. I have to get a little bit of grease on it maybe. All right. that. And then on how tight you get that. So for that nut, I look at my book here and it doesn't make much sense. So there's our nut right there. Okay. And number 2. All right, and you got the Delta 1. Okay, and you go down here to your pounds. So there's your Delta 1 right there. And it says 60 to 120 pounds. That's, wow, that seems like a lot to me. So I may do go like to 30 maybe 40, and kind of go from there. And then if you're doing this yourself, do some research, make sure that is right. That, to me, that just seems like a lot. You're going to smash the crap out of that, those bushings. But I myself will dig in deeper into it, but that's what that says. So again, your rear shock is your assembly method, and there's that nut. Number 2, the nut, and you got your Delta, which gives you your pounds. You've got the Delta 1, 2, 3, and 4. 120 pounds. So we'll see. All right, well, I just realized you need a deep socket, and I don't have any deep sockets on me, so I'm just get these with the pliers, just nice and snug, get on there, and then just repeat the other side, and we're good to go, guys. And that's all right. So I get as tight as I could. So I used just a wrench and a pair of channel lock pliers to hold on to the top and get that nut tightened as I can. So I basically just as tight as I could by holding this pair of pliers and that with a wrench, and just by hand as tight as I could. And you can see kind of how spread the bushing is. It's the same the other side. And then underneath, so there's a nut here. So remember these bolts, the top of the head of the bolt towards the front, and the bolt facing the back. So the nut and the washer in the back, and that's for both sides. And that's what's how the instruction manual has it. And then you can see the top here. Smash that is. So that's it. So those bolts here, it says 35 to 55 pounds, and I put it at 40 till it clicked on 40. So I got those done, and that's it. So I'll do some more research on finding out how tight that needs to be. To me, 60 pounds seems like a lot, and that was the minimum. So that's it. Your shocks are done. Again, I'll do some research and maybe post it later on what I found out. All right, thanks.